Hi, this is Joe Rivera with Natasha's Mission of Truth, and welcome to another edition of the Girls on a Mission Summit 2014. I am really excited about the person that we have online with us today. Not only is he co-founder and CEO of ourchurch.com, lead blogger for what I'm finding to be one of my favorite new blogs, Christian Web Trends, and he sits on the board of directors of a really neat organization I'm going to let him tell us about later. From Safety Harbor, Florida, please join me in welcoming Mr. Paul Steinbrueck. Paul, good morning.
Morning, Joe. Thank you. Thank you for, it's good to see you, good to speak with you, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of the Girls on a Mission Summit.
I think that you're going to bring something really interesting to this summit, actually. I'm very excited that you agreed to join us. So tell me a little bit about, we're talking about all this web tech stuff that many people may not understand, but there's a segment of our audience that is all about this. And I know that we're going to bring an interesting element to that later, but why technology for you?
Well, I think technology just, it opens up so many new ways to do so many new things. It just gives us an opportunity to be the hands and feet of Jesus right where we are, to share what God's put on our heart, to connect with people all around the world, and there's just so many neat tools that we can use to do things that were either impossible before, or too expensive to do before, or just things that were not feasible, connecting with other people, and all sorts of things like that. So just exciting. It's exciting.
It is exciting. And I think that there's a lot of people that don't know that they can serve because they enjoy technology. They're not quite sure what they can do with the things they love yet. So I hope that you'll share some more about those tools later. But tell us, what inspired our church? Tell us a little bit about our church and where the inspiration for that came.
Well, I started ourchurch.com back in 1996 with my brother, and really way back in the dark ages of the internet, I guess, there were just very few churches that were online. Pretty much for a church to have a website, they had to either have somebody who was real tech savvy, who was a volunteer in their church, or they had to spend a whole lot of money to get somebody to custom design a website for them. So what we did was we created a do-it-yourself web builder specifically designed for churches, and just so that churches could then build their own websites and have a presence online and be able to share what they're all about in their community and with their members, and be able to do that easily and without having to spend a lot of money. So that's where the inspiration got started. We want to empower churches to do things online that they had never done before, and obviously things have changed a lot since 1996, and so we do all sorts of things to empower Christian organizations, and we're not limited to churches now. So we serve schools, and we serve missions organizations, we serve Christian businesses, and we do all sorts of things to help them achieve their mission online.
So, but the idea started with you taking your love for technology, wanting to serve the kingdom, and offering a solution to others who wanted to do the same thing, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's really what it's all about. Is that was kind of the perfect marriage between my passion for technology and my passion for helping others.
That's a perfect mix for some of our youth. So I'm going to let you tell us, for those of us, not us, but them, who love technology, what are some of the kingdom opportunities that might be available for that teenager who loves computers today, the other people that dig what you dig? What can they do with that?
Well, it's really, I mean, the sky is the limit. I could probably talk for another 20 minutes about all of the different things, because there's just so many varied opportunities, so many different things that you can do. But just a few that come to mind. I'm sorry, what was that?
Like 3 that they could do today.
Yeah, sure. One that I think is you can blog. I mean, if you are a writer and you have something that God's put on your heart, you can start a blog, and you can do that and just either do that to help other kids or to talk about a certain ministry that you're really passionate about, and you can share details of that and engage other people in your ministry that way. So that's one. I think another one that lends itself well to technology is music. If you really love music and you play an instrument or you sing, you can record yourself playing and put it on YouTube, and you can share that with other people, and you connect with other people who are also musicians, and who knows, you could have a global band, connecting with people in different places. So I think that's a good one. Another one that I'm going to put out there, third one, is I think if you're connected in a youth group or a student ministry, there are so many ways that you can work within that youth group in order to further the mission and the ministry of that youth group. If your youth pastor is not real tech savvy, you could help with the website, or you could help with the youth group's social media. If he is real tech savvy, then you can be a part of the team of people that is sharing the content from the youth group, and maybe you're putting pictures online if you love photography, or you're just sharing about what your youth group is doing with your friends that you've connected with on social media.
That's
so those
really
are
good. I swear our whole back of the house at church is teenagers.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
They do it all, and of course their social media followings are so much bigger than our wide open following is so much bigger than the rest of the house. So I think that it's generational. It's a great place for that generation to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's good to remember that, I mean, some people are self-starters and they're initiative takers. They want to start their own ministry. Some people are not really wired up that way, and they can dial into existing ministries that are already doing things online and support them in that way.
That's really awesome. Well, tell us about, this is about encouraging teenage girls specifically, but teens all over the world. What encouragement would you provide for the young girl that's in front of her computer right now that's kind of going, okay, I want to blog, I want to write, I want to do that. What would you share with her to get her started?
Well, this hits close to home because, as you know, I have a young teen daughter. My daughter Ainsley just turned 13, and really, I would just tell girls to just go for it. I mean, you're never too young to have an impact on the world, and even at 13 years old, you can have an impact. So I would say go for it. I would recommend having an adult or a young adult or a parent as your guide, just to help you navigate through things, because some parts of the internet are not all that nice, and some people you meet online are not all that nice. So I think you really do need a guide along with you, but you can do some amazing things. Just, I would pray about it and see where God is leading you, what He's calling you to do, and then see how you can make that happen online.
That's fantastic. So, A, you're never too young to make an impact on the world. B, partner with a mentor who can guide you in the right directions. And C, be prayerful.
Exactly.
Those are strong words if we stop there, but I'm not going to let us, because you have some super cool things behind you, and I know that other people have been staring at them as I have, and you sit on the board of directors of a very special organization. Tell us about Springs of Hope Kenya, Paul.
Sure. Well, Springs of Hope started by a family in my church, the Bales, and they sold everything that they have and moved over to Nakuru, Kenya, which is a beautiful place over there, but it's also been ravaged by AIDS, and there are just so many children who have no mom or dad, or they're living with grandparents, or coming from just some terrible situations. So they, along with the support of our church, built an orphanage over there. And my wife Jennifer and I went over there. I think the first time was 5 years ago, right before the orphanage opened, and that was just an amazing experience. And then we came back 3 years ago when it was all full of kids, like 30, 40 kids there, and we got to hang out with them and serve there, do some things at the orphanage. And it really is just an amazing thing that they're doing there, just helping these kids who probably would just be kind of, either living on the streets or in some abusive situations. and just awesome what they're doing over there. And just to add a little technology angle to this too, I mean, when we went over there, it was really neat. Our team that we went with the second time, we blogged every day, and so we could share what was going on in stories. We shared pictures of what was going on. I actually had a better wireless signal from the savannah out on the safari in Kenya than I had in my own house, and I was able to send pictures back as we were on safari.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, we are a missions organization as well. I mean, we basically we were founded under the funding of teenage girls that want to go serve everywhere, and you're taking the two and bringing them together. Your love for technology served in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's awesome. Well, Paul, I really appreciate your help today. Before we close, is there anything else that you want to share?
Really, I wouldn't. Nothing new. I would just reiterate those points. Girls, you can do it. Follow what God has put on your heart, and it won't always be easy. You won't always know what to do, and you'll make mistakes along the way. I mean, I did. We all do. But don't let that stop you from following the passion and the calling that God's put on your heart.
That's good. Well, you led to a couple other interviews that we have, and I'm not sure where they fall, but we're going to talk about online music with Cannon Moyer, and we're going to talk about how no matter what mistakes you've made, how you can come back from that. So thanks for reiterating and plugging some of our other stuff. This has been just amazing, and I know that there are going to be girls that have questions. So to follow Paul or for more information about ourchurch.com, how you can get your technology in a box, you can visit ourchurch.com and then follow him on his blog at Christian Web Trends. I know that I've learned some things in reading that blog as well, and we're super excited to talk to Ainsley in a little bit. Paul, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.